It's a dream chased by thousands of Brits each year.
Number one's the weather.
Heading to Europe to set up new lives and businesses in the sun.
Are you ready?
They're seduced by gorgeous scenery.
It's just about the space out here. There's so much space.
Year-round sun and a better, cheaper way of life.
Our living room in London, you'd fit in 4 times.
But how easy is it to turn the dream into a reality?
Money's dripping in and flooding out.
In this series, we follow those expats as they say goodbye, England.
I think a pole.
And begin their new lives, setting up bars and restaurants in Spain.
That's what we're talking about, girlfriend.
Gîtes and B&Bs in France.
Totally and utterly out of my depth.
When nothing is ever as simple as it sounds.
It's probably not good for my blood pressure, yes.
It can fail, but it won't fail. Not if I've got anything to do with it.
On today's show,
We're in trouble.
problems for this French B&B.
It has hit us very, very badly.
Can this exclusive hotel
And breathe.
host a wedding without a hitch?
They've got 2.5 hours to set everything up. That's not a lot of time.
Go, 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 go.
And a big catch for one expat.
Shark, man. Tiger.
But will his former pupil manage to impress?
If you guys see anything, please let me know, because the more eyes, the merrier.
The Andalusian hills in southern Spain. An idyllic inland paradise. The area is renowned for its stunning countryside, with acres of olive groves producing world-famous oil. Tapas was invented in Andalusia, and there are many great tavernas serving up their own specialities. The villages boast clusters of traditional white houses reflecting the typical Andalusian architecture. And now a couple of expats have discovered its unique beauty.
Oi, oi, oi. It's quite good looking. What do you think?
Ray and Yvonne Williams left high-powered jobs in the UK to follow their dream of running this exclusive hotel in the heart of rural Spain.
What made us do it? I think because we just wanted a bit of excitement and we're not afraid of hard work. And from what we're doing now to what we were doing in the UK, our lifestyle has changed fundamentally, completely.
Ray and Yvonne have spent over €1 million creating their dream luxury hotel.
I've eaten at some of the top restaurants and finest eating places on the planet. If we're going to do it, we must do it properly.
It will set you back €230 a night to stay in one of the 8 individually themed ensuite bedrooms.
This forecast was actually made for us, and the marble was made, the whole thing, and the sinks. Cost a fortune. If you have a vision of where you want to be and you're prepared to work hard, Spain is a wonderful country to enable you to do that.
But now the hotel is barely breaking even. So the couple are branching out into a new business, weddings.
One could argue for weddings, Ray's had a few and I've had a couple, so, you know, between us, we've got some experience of what we would want from a wedding.
I didn't want more than you.
Ray and Yvonne's new venture starts now. Rachel and James from Bolton have set their heart on this hotel for their wedding.
I know, it's lovely to tell you.
And have arrived to finalise the details.
He'll have a path going up to a circular area there with this lovely arbour over it.
The sunset will be over there. So you'll be probably facing that way, so that the backdrop, we get the timing just right. There'll be pinks, blues, greens.
It'll be like when you proposed, James.
Oh, where did you?
Over there, on top of that mountain.
In a few weeks, almost 100 wedding guests will descend on the hotel.
I kind of feel that it's got everything here that I wanted for my wedding, because it's something I always wanted to do it over here. It just ticks all the boxes, really.
As you come up the stairs to come in, they'll all stand up and applaud you, and then you'll walk through. It's really lovely. Oh, I'm getting all the... I love weddings. Oh,
Oh, I'm a complete emotional. Oh, definitely.
Everyone is starting to feel some pre-wedding jitters.
It is feeling exciting, but it's hard with the stress as well because we live in England and the wedding's in Spain. I think it makes it slightly more difficult to arrange things because obviously we're not here. But I found personally that initially when you say that you're getting married, you think dress, bridesmaid dresses, catering, all the big things. And then once they're done out of the way, you start panicking about all the smaller things that you'd not thought about. So that's what's been stressing me out. But now that we're here and we can see it all coming together, I feel a lot more relaxed.
Everyone will be.
Everybody be looking at
Oh,
you'll be fine. You won't be.
Have a brandy before.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll be fine.
With Rachel and James's big day in their hands, Yvonne and Ray are about to take a leap into the unknown.
It's not your job to stress, it's our job to stress.
That's what you're here for.
Exactly. I take all the stress, I can't sleep.
Few regions sum up the beauty of France better than the Dordogne. Steeped in history and culture, it is famed for chateau-studded countryside and picturesque market towns, serving up some of the country's finest food. Alison and Richard Haylock left the Scottish borders 8 months ago to set up a B&B.
I've got shops all around me, but I have also got peace. I've got neighbours on both sides who are absolutely lovely, and a house which actually splits itself very easily into our area and a guest area. And frankly, it couldn't be better, could it?
No, we've been very lucky. It's come out right.
The couple have turned a traditional townhouse into a 2-bed B&B. They're now hosting their first guest, and Alison is feeling the pressure.
Without having had dinner on our very first night with a guest, I have now drunk a whole bottle. Oh well.
Julian is paying almost €300 for a 4-night stay, including dinner.
That's my guess, so I'm perfectly happy with that. He couldn't possibly have eaten the bones. That is my husband's, and my husband does tend to stuff himself on nibbles and all sorts of other things, so that is not acceptable, but never mind, it doesn't matter.
Nibbles? I didn't get a single olive. What have I come in here for? White wine.
Richard, you're not going to be lucky.
Oh, because Julian's drinking white wine.
Well, he isn't, because I've drunk it.
Well, he doesn't drink red.
We're in trouble.
So, having drunk her guest's favourite tipple...
I'm sorry.
Can the next-door neighbour help?
Hello, my darling. Do you have any white wine? Apparently our guest only drinks white wine. I didn't know that. I need white wine, not sweet. 2 bottles? You can give me a litre. I'm coming round.
Living in a small village like Mahoy certainly has its benefits. With friendly neighbours happy to come to the rescue.
Come here, Hugh.
Or maybe not.
My neighbour has given me a bottle of bottled water, which is lovely. So, yeah. Perhaps a misunderstanding on the telephone. No, I understand. I'll be okay on this.
It's all right.
Well, next time you have dinner with us, I'll make sure there's enough white wine. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about a thing. This is lovely.
Yes.
Not the best start.
I'm a trained teacher. I have enormous confidence in my ability to teach. I don't have that much confidence in my ability to do anything else. It's really silly. It should be better.
Well, at least you got a glass. Julian stayed 4 days at the Haylocks B&B.
Right, just going to have a look at our guest room.
It's given Alison food for thought.
I'm feeling my way to find out what works for me and what works for guests.
But how did Julian rate spending the night with the Haylocks?
When I went to bed, Alison said, "Oh, take some water up with you." At about 3 o'clock in the morning, with a bit of a heavy head anyway, I grabbed this bottle of water, and can you imagine? I took a huge swig of what I thought was going to be water, and it wasn't. It was fairly vinegary white wine. which sent me straight back to sleep again.
There we are. So that is the slightly yellow-coloured water, which really we should have noticed. Really, we should have noticed that was yellow.
Unfortunately, the wine mix-up wasn't the only issue.
I went back one day and found a dog asleep on my bed. I was not best pleased.
I have tried very hard to establish a dog-free zone, a dog-free experience for guests, because there is nothing worse than being subjected to other people's pets when you don't want to be, and we don't want that.
Despite all that, Alison and Richard get a thumbs up.
I think it's absolutely charming. It's everything that you look for in the Dordogne. There was a touch of Fawlty Towers about it. And Richard would make a very good John Cleese. But no, it was very comfortable, and I wish them both the best of luck.
But with more guests booked, can the Haylocks improve their service?
White wine.
The Costa del Sol, the coast of the sun, with long stretches of beaches and traditional Spanish villages dotted within its hills. A 3-bed villa with a pool and sea view can cost as little as €150,000 here. Nathan Williams left the rat race in Surrey to buy a fishing charter in Fuengirola, swapping a stressful commute for a new job virtually on his doorstep.
I haven't got an issue with driving for 20 minutes, especially as their traffic is about 70 cars and that's it. Whereas on the M25 it's 7,000 cars, so it's a big difference. Yeah, it's a nice way of life. I really enjoy it.
But 12 weeks in, and he still hasn't been able to take out any customers because of delays in receiving his captain's licence.
The licensing is definitely the biggest challenge because the Spanish out here don't like paperwork. So I've waited over a month for something that should have been 3 days.
Despite that, he's making good use of his time by giving the boat a deep clean.
A roll that must have been in there for God knows how long. Old caps, tainted with sweat, let's get rid of those. Old Dean's childhood clothing. Let's get some bins.
At least Dean's left a few useful things behind too.
These are all getting chucked from trucking. We need 15 rods max, and he's got 15. $42.
After 2 days of scrubbing, Nathan's happy with his boat. All he needs now is a licence.
Hello. Perfect. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye. Good news. That was Dawn from the MCA, the head of the MCA. She said that we should get our paperwork at the end of next week. So that's the last step. So there's fingers crossed that I'll be able to take people out. Not next week, the week after.
The previous owner of Nathan's business is now 2,000 miles south on the Cape Verde Islands. Off the coast of West Africa, the islands have fantastic white beaches and year-round sun. It's fast becoming a package holiday hotspot, and Dean wants a slice of the tourist market.
Banana rides, bike rides.
So he's come to the island of Sal to see if setting up here is an option.
That's the beach fisherman. Does the beach fishing. I haven't met him yet.
Local tour guide Blinky's convinced he could make the move here.
There are obviously 1 or 2 boats that are already doing it here, but we could do it in another boat, especially with someone like Dean, because he's got character. So I guarantee there is definitely room for him to set up here, for sure.
Dean's tempted by the catch here on Cape Verde, but he needs to know the business will pay. To get the lowdown on the laws, he's visiting a local successful fisherman.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Fine.
Good?
Fine, thanks.
Okay. I've just sold my company in Spain. I had it there for 11 years, fishing there, and now I've just sold it. So that's why I'm coming here, because the fishing here is good. Is there any advice or pointers you can give me?
See, now for the charter of fishing, only with one Cape Verdean people.
I never knew this. So for me to start a business here, I have to involve a Cape Verde person.
Yes.
Huh? It's local. No easy. How do I find one person, Cape Verde, you can trust?
It's very, very difficult for you.
It's crazy.
Dean has no idea where to find a local deckhand he could rely on. This could be a major setback.
I definitely think there's a market for Dean's charter fishing here. Similar to what I've done with the charter fishing company in Spain. I think there's a market for it, I think there's an opening for it. But the only trouble is getting my business up and running. That's the problem. I don't want to come here and start a business and then fail. So I've got to be 100% sure in my head that I'm going to come here and start a good business.
Villanueva del Rosario, a typical white Spanish pueblo, or village, nestled in the heart of rural Spain. The village is only 35 minutes from Malaga Airport, but the peace and serenity of these hills feels a world away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. It enjoys hot sunny days between June and September, with highs of around 35 degrees and virtually no rain. So it's a perfect place for expats Ray and Yvonne to begin a new business, offering dream weddings in stunning surroundings. They need this new venture to generate extra income for their boutique hotel.
It's under control. Looks like a bit chaos at the moment, but everything's coming together.
But there's been some bad news. Yvonne's just learned that her mother has passed away back in England.
It's quite a difficult one, really, because, you know, you've got somebody's happiest day of their life coming up, which you're planning and organising and doing the big responsibility thing for. And at the same time, you've got the phone's rung and your mum's died. And so you want to be back in England supporting your dad, and you can't. So the only thing to do, and my mum would be proud of me for doing it, is to get on with it.
In a few hours, almost 100 guests from Bolton will descend on this exclusive and intimate hotel. Never before have Yvonne and Ray hosted such a big event.
We need to make sure it works.
That's easily dealt with.
Yeah, OK, if you could do that.
The ceremony and wedding breakfast are in the hands of the wedding planner.
They'd like Rachel to start having her makeup done fairly soon. She's having her nail repaired.
But this is Yvonne and Ray's business. They're charging €10,000 for today, so it must be flawless.
No, you haven't got to worry about anything. Off you go.
Right,
Going
so
down
I'll
to the bar.
explain this to you.
You're just
Each
looking after the
seat,
bar.
each
Okay.
person
I'm
has
Mr. Carrier. Okay.
stand on
No,
the
you're
bar
Mr.
stand.
Get out of the way bar.
And then in here, I've already...
As Yvonne stays inside to be at the beck and call of Rachel, Ray is manning the bar.
So we've got 4 barrels of beer.
But Ray's used to serving fine wine to his guests. This is going to be a totally different experience.
Apparently, Jagermeister is the in drink. I remember when it used to come in a sort of a holster, and you just had it as a digestive. I think we got 4 bottles of this.
In a couple of hours, the ceremony will begin, and the venue is nowhere near ready. The terraces need decorating and the tables to be laid. But it's the hottest part of the day, and no one's in a rush.
It's all right. They haven't got that long though, because they've all got to be ready by 6:30. And they've got to have this Kia Royal ready, lemonade and beer. They have, I think they've got 2.5 hours to set everything up. That's not a lot of time.
But finally, the caterers and bridal party get stuck in, and the terraces begin to take shape.
What's in here? Shoes, bridesmaid shoes.
Meanwhile, inside, Yvonne has the daunting job of checking all the wedding outfits.
I had all this organised. I don't know what's happened. I think somebody's come in and disorganised everything. Like the boys' shirts are up there. They've all been ironed, pressed, and well, hopefully she's kept them all nice. They were all pressed.
It's 6 p.m. The glasses are charged, and now the guests are starting to arrive.
And breathe.
It's the moment Yvonne and Ray have been waiting for.
I want to go the extra 1.5 miles, 3 miles, whatever, to make her day a very, very special occasion. And I know it will be. It will be wonderful. It'll be just... I get all tingly thinking about it.
Yvonne and Ray have done all they can. There's no turning back for anyone. The only B&B in the village of Marois-Sabel has been open for 2 weeks now.
Oh, goodness, that's nice.
Is that nice?
Oh, what? Wow. That is something else. À vos souhaits.
Though Alison and Richard are loving their new life, business is hardly booming. They've only had one guest. They must pull in some punters. So ex-salesman Richard is on a publicity push in Brantôme, a town 20 minutes south of Marois.
So here we are, overlooking kayakers going down the River Dron in very, very warm conditions.
Often called the Venice of the Dordogne, the town sits on the Dron, a sheltered river making it popular for both boats and canoe trips. The town's medieval architecture and famous abbey attracts tourists throughout the year. But Richard's not looking for holidaymakers today. He has a cunning plan to target the local estate agents.
They have property in Marois for sale. Therefore, by definition, they will have people visiting Marois that need somewhere to stay. And how many places are there in Marois to stay? 1!
But can Richard's new language skills seal this deal?
Monsieur, comment ça va? Nous avons une chambre d'hôte à Marois, si vous en avez besoin.
Bien sûr. Des fois, nous avons des clients qui demandent chambre d'hôte sur le secteur ou des hôtels pour les accueillir quand ils viennent pour chercher une maison. Donc, au contraire.
Merci, monsieur. C'est tout, n'est-ce pas?
Pour moi, c'est bon.
Et vous avez un téléphone qui vous...
Oui, mais ils vont laisser un message. Il n'y a pas de problème.
Merci. Au revoir.
Très bon, Richard. He's not lost his sales patter, even in French.
Alison is just as persuasive as I am and would have made a very good salesperson, but her French is not that terrific.
I really, really must learn French because I'm still not really able to converse, and that's not good enough. That's not good enough by any standards, certainly not by my own. So a big effort is now about to be made on my part in order to improve this.
In a bid to boost her French, Alison's having lessons from her neighbour, Catherine.
Nous mangeons le petit déjeuner.
Non. Plus tard, on va le faire après. Attends. Là, tu es obligé de mettre le E.
Charming.
No, I'm not with you. You have to do it in English.
Oh dear.
Tu prends les verbes les plus compliqués.
Oui, très compliqué.
She's willing to learn. Yes, but French is quite difficult. So, and she always asking questions with particular things in grammar. So it's hard to explain.
We concluded that the difficulty was the fact that I understand English grammar, and if I didn't, it would have been a perfectly straightforward lesson. So I think I'm a bad pupil.
On the Costa del Sol, it's a big day for Nathan Williams. After months of waiting for his licence, he's now officially open for business.
I've just bought the business of a guy called Dean. Yeah, have you been out with him, have you?
No, I was going to go out, but I never...
He never got round to it? Oh, OK. Hi, guys. You all right?
Nathan can finally take customers out. He hopes for a big catch.
Hold on to the roof, just mind your head. White marlin, tuna, mahi-mahi. You catch sharks doing this as well. So really, it's just what's out there on the day.
This is Nathan's first day of work in his new job. A world away from his old life working in a large corporation in Surrey.
Chalk and cheese, massive difference. I actually enjoy it, which is makes a big difference in your working day if you're actually enjoying it.
Nathan thinks he has a great spot to drop anchor.
Right, guys, we've seen some really good activity over there. You look, the birds are hitting the water, just to sort of here, see the birds.
Now his customers can begin to fish. Nathan's not the only one spending the day at sea. Dean Hoyle, the man who sold Nathan his business, is continuing his fact-finding mission on the Cape Verdean island of Sal.
How are you doing, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Morning. Nice to see you.
And you, mate, and you.
Today, for the first time in years, he's not the man at the helm.
She's swimming out like this. Get away from me! Wait for me!
He's heading off for a recce trip of the Atlantic with local fisherman Carlos.
It's nice having someone else to do the work, and normally I'm doing it.
The fishing in Cape Verde is some of the best in the world, and Dean's a natural.
Fish on! Fish on! Whoa, go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go. Feels like a tuna.
Eh?
I think tuna.
Maybe.
Feels like it.
Tuna.
Here he comes.
Yellowfin tuna.
Perfecto. Dinner tonight.
It's a great start for Dean. But over on the Costa del Sol, things are not going quite so well.
And look at all the splashing. There's tuna everywhere, mate.
An hour into his charter, and not one of Nathan's customers' rods has so much as twitched.
I mean, if a fish bites, it's pretty obvious, is it? Or... You hear the ratchet going, or you see the rod going like that. I'll take the rod.
But then, one of the rods springs into action. What will it be?
New type of fish we've got here. Seaweed.
Oh, great catch. This isn't the fishing experience that Nathan's customers were hoping for. But he's determined to put a positive spin on things.
But this is a really pleasurable way of fishing, isn't it? Because you can socialise, chat, drink, and then suddenly all hell breaks loose and you've got a fish going off.
Like this, you mean?
Fish on.
Pull it.
Whoa!
Team Nathan may not be seeing much action, but in Cape Verde, Dean appears to have hooked something huge.
Yeah, this is big. Maybe a bull shark? I don't know. It looks like. Call it up.
Fish is swimming very fast. It's swimming back.
Fish is doing his job.
Yeah.
And the man is trying to do his.
Yeah, and the fish is doing better at the moment.
Come on, Dean! Back in Spain, what are you looking for?
Fish.
Things don't appear to be getting any better.
If you guys see anything, please let me know, because the more eyes, the merrier.
There's a plastic bag.
There's a bagfish.
Nathan's learning that the fishing business isn't as easy as he thought, or as simple as his mentor made it look.
False alarm.
Time for Plan B. Free drinks all round.
Do you guys want a drink? Well, help yourselves. Well, with Dean, you would have got warm, rusty ones. And his thinking behind it was that if they were warm and rusty, you guys won't drink them, so he doesn't have to buy beer. The word tight comes to mind. That's where we differ.
He may not have been the host with the most, but Dean knows how to pull things out of the drink.
Shark, man! Tiger!
Yeah, woo!
We go. Tiger shark.
Tiger shark. Tangled in the line.
Oh, this is a big one. This is the last one. This one attacks, even if he's not angry, he attacks anyway.
What do you think size is? 100 kilos?
200 and something kilos.
That's okay. See there?
There he goes.
But we got him.
The shark manages to break free and swims away, but it's still a good result.
43 minutes.
43 minutes. 43 minutes to bring up a tiger shark of about 400 pounds. This is a typical example of fishing in areas like this where you don't know what you're going to catch. There's no way of predicting what's going to take your lure, because you got tiger sharks, you got marlin, you got wahoo. There's so many different species that can take that. When you're trawling, it's unbelievable, and that's just a prime example.
In Spain, after 5 hours at sea and not a single bite, Nathan calls it a day.
It's good. I think people have enjoyed themselves. It's a shame about the lack of fish, but that's all I'm here to try and do, is to let people enjoy the afternoon.
No fish, but great. Nice boat, nice crew, nice people. That's all you can ask for, isn't it?
Nathan has a lot to learn. If he can't turn things round, he could be heading back to his 9-to-5 life. Over the past week, Dean has proved he has what it takes to fish the Atlantic.
Perfecto.
But will it be enough to convince him to move to Cape Verde?
There you go, mate.
Oh, Carlos.
The fish that 2 hours ago was swimming.
Oh, mate, that's beautiful. Look at that.
He's on your dish now.
What more can a man ask for? Thank you very much, Carlos.
You're welcome, sir.
You're a diamond, you're a diamond. You're a good man. Thank you, sir. Lovely jubbly.
Best fish 3 hours ago caught on my plate.
It's the summer in the Dordogne. Following a publicity drive, Alison and Richard Haylock have welcomed more customers to their new B&B. But they are now coming to terms with a big setback.
We have had 2 bookings. They came fairly quickly. Second couple came for one night, made a point of shaking hands with us both and saying what a pleasant stay they'd had. And then we had, out of nowhere, a negative review. And I think this has hurt us both because the points that were criticised, one of them was cleanliness. And we have worked our socks off to get this place clean. Was it your bathroom? It can't be. It was scrubbed from top to bottom. Your beds were clean, your room was clean, the dining room was clean. Can you please tell me which bit wasn't clean? But I think from that and from the fact that they said we weren't finished, I think it has hit us very, very badly. I think if we look at the points that were raised.
Alison and Richard need to draft a response to the bad review to try and salvage their reputation.
So we provide a brand new, clean, comfortable double bed.
And if you want to stay in Marroy, it costs you €85 because we're the only people in Marroy with bed and breakfast.
As novice B&B owners...
Got it out my system writing it.
Yes.
Alison in particular is finding it hard not to take this criticism personally.
Richard's an ex-salesman. To him, he says, would you like to buy this? People say no. He says, next person will say yes. I'm not like that. If I say, would you like this to buy this? And somebody says no, I go, oh, what did I do wrong? How did I put it wrong? I've got this all wrong. And so, you know, I've got to toughen up in the emotional attitude. I've got to change for that.
I'm very sorry that they were disappointed. I'm also very sorry that they didn't raise it with us personally before they left. However, the other guests we've had have made no such negative comments, and we have had other guests, and we're about to have some more.
So the job of bringing this B&B up to scratch starts now. Today, it's the decor. But with only €150 to spend, being thrifty will be key.
We still need a dressing table, or 2. We need a hall table. Did you bring your tape measure?
Yes.
Right. We need some more pictures, and I want some dog blankets. So that's quite a shopping list, really, isn't it?
It is.
Another day, more shopping. Oh, joy.
France is a second-hand shopper's paradise. Almost every town has a brocante selling a whole range of French antiques and unique knickknacks at knockdown prices. This shop sells anything from tribal ornaments and china dolls to lighting and all manner of electrical goods.
Oh dear. Not that one. I mean, that is sold, but the size of that is something that I do want. Husband, Alison, 1 whippet, 2 whippet, Dalmatian if necessary. Perfect size.
Ooh, cosy. But a sofa's not on Alison's shopping list today.
We've got an old house and it's got a miscellaneous collection of furniture in, and I've got an awful lot of walls that I'd rather people didn't focus on the walls, so we can cover them up with pictures.
Not sure that's an improvement. Or that.
Nah.
Oh, the dogs might like that.
Yes.
With prices of around €3 or €4 per picture, these will be an economical short fix for their B&B.
Bonjour, monsieur.
But can Alison get the prices down even further?
Alors 18, le tout, on va vous faire 15 euros. 15 euros le tout.
12.
Le tout, c'est 18. Le tout. Donc je vous propose 15 euros à la place de 18.
D'accord.
Voilà. Voilà.
I've just been out-haggled completely. Merci,
Voilà.
monsieur.
Well, €15 for 5 framed pictures is still a bargain. But with the next guests booked in, will any of this land them a good review? It's the height of summer in the beautiful Andalusian hills. And there's an air of excitement around Ray and Yvonne's boutique hotel. They've spent months helping bride-to-be Rachel plan her big day in a foreign country.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's gorgeous. Cool. Yes. Oh, yes. Isn't that beautiful?
Look at the back as well.
Oh, it's lovely.
So I've got all embroidery on the back.
Oh, it's stunning. To be the only person outside of her family and her guest that's seen the dress, I just felt that was really special. It was a very special moment for me to see that beautiful dress. She'll look lovely in it.
Over 80 guests have been invited for the ceremony and a 3-course wedding breakfast. So the pressure is on.
A little girl passed out. The heat. She's fine. She's fine. Her mum's with her and she's fanning her down.
It's 7 p.m. Time for the guests to take their seats. And for the groom to take his place. The moment everyone's been waiting for is finally here. This has been a year in the making for Yvonne and Ray, and they're in the wings to witness Rachel tie the knot.
We have gathered here for the marriage of Rachel and James. On their behalf and of their families, we welcome all of you and warmly thank each of you for your presence here today.
Quite emotional to see, you know, people getting married in your garden.
It is now my joyful responsibility to acknowledge your union as husband and wife.
Oh, it was very pretty. I think it was really a nice gathering, and under the palm tree, it just makes a beautiful setting.
For the very first time, I give you Mr. and Mrs. James and Rachel Taylor.
I am a big sot.
You cried all the way through our wedding.
I did.
Probably what you knew, what you were letting yourself in for.
Yeah, tears of...
Tears of, oh my God, what have I done?
No. I thought the bridesmaids were looking good.
The ceremony has gone without a hitch, much to Yvonne and Ray's relief. And now the celebrations can begin. Meaning Ray has to get down to the bar.
I got the speeches and the dinner, then we've got to lay out all the bar with the glasses because they'll all come tearing down here, demanding their drinks.
But the guests still have to eat, so Ray is making the most of the calm before the storm.
I think I deserve a beer, don't you? Shall I have a beer? Cheers.
But back at the hotel,
Sí, bueno, la ceremonia o posible aseos.
Yvonne is finding it much harder to relax.
I will have a quick look at the tables because I haven't seen them. I'm sure it looks beautiful, but I just want to go and have a quick look, make sure they turn the fountains on, because they may not have done.
The hotel's Alhambra walled garden has been transformed for the wedding breakfast, prepared by the caterers.
Oh, wow. Oh, that looks amazing. Doesn't that look beautiful? Oh, that is just so pretty.
But it's still not perfect.
They've put the umbrellas up this side, and that's the side that's going to have the sun. They should have asked me for the light, because this is shadow now, and that will have full sun. And they've got all the umbrellas up this side and all that side. Never mind.
When she's in the zone, she'll stay away. Because it's so easy to ask for something at just the wrong moment.
With the dining area perfected, the food is served. Caterers have made a 3-course wedding breakfast for the guests. And Yvonne has made a special dish for the children.
You can call them goujons. And they're all hand done, so it's all free-range chicken, coated in egg and breadcrumbs. So literally, they were made 10 minutes ago. They look good enough to eat, don't they?
And now Ray and Yvonne can breathe a huge sigh of relief.
This hasn't been necessarily the easiest in terms of organisation, but we've managed, and in the end, it's turned out, well, it's turning out lovely. Asked me at 5 o'clock in the morning after the disco and the 1 o'clock sandwich bar whether it's all gone well.
And as night falls, the party begins. And Yvonne can finally let her hair down.
Definitely get the old hips going.
Masturbator, boss.
But with a hotel full of wedding guests drinking into the early hours, will Yvonne still be smiling in the morning? Next time, a disaster in the kitchen.
Oh my God,
Can the newest bar in Javier run a successful service?
If we don't get our food right, it could really close us.
Can Yvonne and Ray handle a packed paella party?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has been quite stressful today. We're very tired. We've only had 2 hours sleep. It's all part and parcel.
And the thespians bringing drama to Bordeaux.
And again.
But will a new baby scupper all their plans?
We fail or we float together. It is all hands on deck.
It's a dream chased by thousands of Brits each year.
It's a wonderful way of life.
Heading to Europe to set up new lives and businesses in the sun.
Get it!
They're seduced by gorgeous scenery.
It's a beautiful place to live, it really, really is.
Year-round sun and a better, cheaper way of life.
I wonder what the temperature is in chocolate today.
But how easy is it to turn the dream into a reality?
This is like the final frontier.
In this series, we follow those expats as they say goodbye, England.
There's no reason for me to go back to the UK. I have nothing there.
And begin their new lives.
What could possibly go wrong now?
Setting up bars and restaurants in Spain.
I know, it ain't rocket science.
Gîtes and B&Bs in France.
Voila.
When nothing is ever as simple as it sounds.
We're starting to get sleepless nights because you're starting to get worried.
It's great. What more could I want?
On today's show, a disaster in the kitchen.
Oh my God, I'm gonna...
Can the newest bar in Javier run a successful service?
If we don't get our food right, it could really close us.
Can this top-end hotel handle a packed paella party?
It has been quite stressful today. We're very tired. We've only had 2 hours sleep. It's all part and parcel.
And the thespians?
And again.
Bringing drama to Bordeaux. But will a new baby scupper their plans?
We fail or we float together. It is all hands on deck.
Javier in southern Spain. With year-round sun and crystal clear waters, it's the jewel on the Costa Blanca. It's also much cheaper to live here than in the UK. A 3-course meal for 2 costs just €35 or £24. So it's easy to see why so many expats call this home. Steve Stallion, his fiancée Kelly and mother-in-law Gail have been in Javier for 2 months now, chasing their dream.
You feel like you've got a good life, and that's what I think is important to us. And that's what we always strive for, is a good workplace, you know, like being able to have a family business gives you that freedom, but then also having a place where we live, where, you know, we can, like on our day off, go to the beach.
The family have just opened their new bar and grill, Gecko. But after busting a gut to open, some locals were not impressed.
Prices are not going to be very popular up here. They will die a death within 6 months.
It's the morning after opening. Steve and Gail are coming to terms with their feedback.
Value for money is basically what we need to be. It's a really good quality at competitive pricing. So we want to go and have a look around locally and just sort of see where they're at. We'll just go and have a little nose around and sit and have a little drinky poo.
We're going on our pub crawl. We're going to do some costing the hard way.
Javier is a tourist hotspot with dozens of bars and restaurants catering for a variety of tastes and budgets. So Gail and Steve need to make sure Gecko is competitive.
These are recommendations, and then you know what you've got is you've got your Vino della Casa, which is your Botella, £9.50. Yeah.
How much
so
per
under
glass?
10, and then £1.80 a copper.
A what?
A copper glass.
That's quite cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's the Vino della Casa.
That's about £1.30 for a glass of house wine. Much cheaper than the UK and cheaper than Gecko too.
Tastes that. Quite fruity, I must say. It's nice.
They only do that by the glass, everything else is by the bottle.
Okay.
Okay.
With the house wine sorted...
Did you take the name of that wine? I want to price the bottle.
It's a short walk to the next bar.
Uno sangria. Gege, vodka.
How much is it?
£4.80.
£4.80 for a tot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go for a red label.
So draft sangria and a coffee for Steve, whiskey and soda for Gail. But how will these prices compare to Gecko?
The espresso's well cheap. I mean, espresso's €1, which is like dirt cheap.
We're here. Is that
Well,
what
just
you
generally
pay?
dirt cheap. I mean, we can't afford to do cafe solo for €1. So the sangria, and they're charging €4.20 for that. I was only going to do ours at £4.50 or £4.75.
How
It's
much did we
quaffable.
pay for the whiskey?
€5.
Steve and Gail have had a wake-up call. They need to lower their prices. But with their combined experience, they're certain they'll make it work.
He has the expertise, gosh, is that whiskey doing?
What it's meant to?
In this business, really. You do. I have other expertise. It's
Drinking it.
But Gecko will never survive selling drinks alone. They're going to have to organise a food menu too. And with the summer holidays just 4 weeks away, it's vital they move quickly, or else the busy tourist season will simply pass them by. Bordeaux, southwest France. Set on the banks of the River Garonne, this elegant city recently bagged the title of Europe's best destination. Thanks to its graceful streets and squares boasting theatres, fine art galleries, excellent restaurants and stylish shopping. It's now home to 16,000 British expats enjoying the cosmopolitan culture. Until last year, Stephanie and Connor Irwin were jobbing actors in London's Theatreland. But when they got married in Bordeaux, they fell in love with this city. 4 months later, they said goodbye to the rat race and bonjour to a new life.
We decided, okay, right, we're going to start having children. Do we want to raise them in a busy, big city like London?
Just found Bordeaux and the Aquitaine in general is such an incredible part of France.
Steph and Connor have landed jobs teaching English, but it's not what they're here for. They have a dream. They want to set up a theatre school for aspiring actors in Bordeaux.
There's a lot of culture here. They've got an opera house, they've got lots of little small theatres, but they don't have any theatre training as such. That it's missing that element that I think I think there's a gap in the market here, so I'm just going to pursue that, and that's basically my dream.
Steph already speaks French, so the workshops will be bilingual. But this will be the first time Steph and Connor have worked together. Things could be about to get interesting.
Steph is a very determined person. She can be a bit stubborn.
No.
A bit difficult.
Don't believe every word he says.
There's a lot of compromise, let's put it that way.
On my part. I let him think he's my boss. Not really, we're equal partners. So we basically, we fail or we float together. It is all hands on deck. It's gonna work.
It will work, it will work.
But there's an added complication. Steph is 7 months pregnant. They plan to set up a new business and have a baby, all in the next 2 months.
Merci. He is the workshops. I'll have the kid in a sling or whatever and just like walk around breastfeeding all day.
The baby is due in 8 weeks. But Steph and Connor have ambitious plans to stage their first drama workshop in just a month's time. So they need to find a suitable space. Dance teacher Audrey is prepared to let her studio.
This is really good because it's not too big.
To secure the space, they need to fork out €600 before they've made a single cent.
C'est 2 chèques, hein?
Oui, là, les chiffres.
Nobody I know actually uses textbooks anymore. But in France, they're still a big deal.
And there's a mountain of paperwork to sign.
Brilliant. La bureaucratie française, hein?
Oh!
Wow.
Je peux te faire ça super plus simple.
French love paperwork. Ok, alors merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Super.
À très vite.
Oui, à bientôt. Merci. Once you book the theatre, once you book the space, there's no going back.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've paid the deposit, we've put the money down. July 18th, no matter what, we will be here. So we've got 5 weeks to get a handful of willing participants. And
I'm nervous. I'm quite nervous. I know I'm very optimistic underneath, but I'm quite nervous. But yeah, I'm just a bit nervous. Let's get flying, I suppose.
A new country, a new business and a new baby. It's going to be a dramatic few weeks in Bordeaux.
Something's going to arrive in a few weeks that is going to entirely change our lives. So even more reason why the business really has to work, because it's not just us we have to think about anymore. It's a family.
Yeah, exactly.
Villanueva del Rosario is a hidden treasure nestled in the heart of Andalusia. A stone's throw from the stunning El Torcal National Park, the limestone hills here provide a spectacular backdrop for this quaint village, with its tiny cobbled streets and traditional white houses. Set amongst the olive groves is this stunning boutique hotel. It's run by Yvonne and Ray Williams, who left high-powered jobs in the UK and sunk over €1 million into their dream of running a luxury hotel.
I'm very strong on attention to detail, as a lot of people pick up when they stay here. Everything colour coordinates, even the tissue box.
Just half an hour from the coast, this region really is the heart of Spain. And money in these parts goes a long way. A 3-bed country house can be snapped up for less than €200,000, giving you the chance to live in one of the most spectacular parts of Spain.
It's completely different. You can't compare life here with life in the UK. There's no way in the world we could afford to live in a place like this in the UK.
But though life is great, the business is only just breaking even. So Yvonne and Ray are now hosting weddings, and just yesterday put on a do for almost 100 Brits. The wedding was a huge success. But now it's the next morning, and it's time to pick up the pieces from the night before.
It's your home, and we've chosen to share our home with lots of people because we think it's a unique home to share, and that's the price you pay.
But the show must go on.
Where that energy came from, I have no idea.
Tidying up after yesterday's wedding isn't the only thing on their plate today. Yvonne and Ray are now hosting a traditional paella party for the wedding guests.
They've got a potato, mustard and chorizo salad and a pasta with tuna fish, a green salad, couscous with Mediterranean vegetables and feta cheese, and a tomato and onion salad.
Today, Yvonne is in charge of all the cooking.
It has been quite stressful today. We're very tired. We've only had 2 hours sleep. And there's a lot to do. Plus, run the bar during the day. They've all been here all day. And they leave everything everywhere, so you have to keep going around tidying up. So, I mean, they're on holiday, and that's what you expect. It's all part and parcel. If you couldn't clear up somebody's mess, you wouldn't be doing this job.
Soon, the pool area is full of hungry guests, tucking into Yvonne's starter. But there's a problem. Within minutes, the starter has run out. So groom James and his friend have come to find out what's gone wrong.
I apologise, but I've a quarter of a portion and shared it with friends.
No,
some people are eating as well, people who've paid for it.
There wasn't 50
but the people that have paid for it should eat. I put out.
There's not 50.
I put out 59 plates though.
The plates are fine. It's just not the food. It's one plates. That's the issue.
The plates are not there. They've had 59 plates go out.
But they're not been a full portion on them plates.
It's only a starter. Side salads.
That's fine then.
Paella to come.
Ah, that's fine then.
Well, at least that's sorted.
They didn't realise it was a starter. They thought it was all they were going to get, despite the fact they're coming to a paella party.
There was no paella on the table there, and they could see it being cooked. Peace has been restored.
Peace has been restored.
This has been an emotionally gruelling weekend. And as Ray leaves to head back to the UK for a meeting...
See you later.
See you Friday.
Yvonne is left to ponder their future in the wedding business. In Javier, on the Costa Blanca, the Stallion family are getting to grips with the pressures of living and working together. Kelly, Steve and his mother-in-law Gail moved from Plymouth 2 months ago.
Oh, the glorious life of living in Spain, I tell you.
Oh, watch your glass, Kelly.
Sun, sea, washing up every day. That reminds me, I've got a load of washing up. What were you doing, woman?
What I do best.
You were doing this, weren't you? Steve, take her away. She's winding me up. Mother!
They are living in this traditional Spanish villa with a pool, which they're renting for just €700 a month. For that amount, they'd only be able to afford a small terraced house back home.
This is my room, and just look at the view. The sea is over there. Outside my window, I sleep like this at night. I love it. I love this room. The pool is there. We're all together. We live together. It's great. I feel like I'm back home. I feel like I'm back where I belong, because I love England, and it is the country of my nationality, but this is where to be, I'm telling you.
The Stallions are hoping their new bar will fund their new life. So far, they've only been serving drinks. Now they're branching out into food, and that will make or break the bar. So today, it's time to buy supplies.
I don't see a price on this. Oh, there, $3.95.
Like the most important thing for me and for us, quality is everything. So that's why we've been trying so hard we've been shopping around so hard to make sure that we get the stuff that we're happy with, which I know is the right quality.
Can we have a kg, please?
Steve plans to serve high quality meat.
Just be made delicious.
But there are no guarantees this posh nosh will go down well with the customers.
If we don't get our food right, it could really close us, I reckon, because people want food.
Let's take them all.
Nice to, yeah.
But yeah, I feel very stressed about it. I just don't like to talk about it. I just go,
Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend.
Back at the bar, and it's finally time for Steve to see if his customers will share his passion for fine food.
I'm not a chef, but I love to cook, and I think I can do a good job of putting out this style of food that we want to do.
Steve and Gail both hope Gecko will soon have a reputation for serving the best food in Javier.
I would like to think they'd come up for a nice steak. It'll be 1, 2, 3. The word will get around. If you want a good steak, go to the Gecko Grill.
It's 6 o'clock and the first orders are coming in.
A cheese and tomato and a ham and cheese.
But it seems the customers' palates are not as posh as Steve hoped for.
Wonderful.
What, toasties?
Like your style.
The customers do too.
I made a cheese and onion toastie, and they're like, oh my God, it's amazing. When we wrote our menus, I never put toasties on there, but they're really popular.
They're quite nice when it goes with drinking.
Just because they're cheap and easy to do, that's why people like it.
Absolutely. Cheese and tomato with a ham, $2.75. Are you happy with that?
Perfect.
Cheap food is going down a storm, and if you can't beat them...
What are the kiddies having?
I said, just pick up some cheap ham. Because we've got this really nice ham. I said, just get the cheap ham,
But this really is not the gastronomic experience Steve was aiming for.
Well, I think that our clients' needs are very different here to what we expected. Definitely from what I expected. And that's the thing that we've had to adjust to more than anything. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to end up hating toasties.
The big question is, will Steve ever be able to tempt the tourists away from their toasties? Bordeaux. It has everything a big city needs. For ex-Londoners Steph and Connor Irwin, it's a perfect place to bring up a family.
I love London. London's a fantastic city, but in London it's very much about you're working, you're living to work, and it's all about work. And
here, the pace is just more chilled. They just value things, or their priorities are slightly different in the way they work, and that comes through in the way they raise their kids, they take their time.
Steph and Connor plan to set up a bilingual theatre school. The first workshop is only 4 weeks away, but they don't have a single booking. They need to get the word out on social media. But they've woken up to a major problem. There's a power cut.
This is what happens when you live in a house that's a building that's 250 years old. No, there's nothing there anyway. No. I don't know. Oh, actually, there's a box in here as well.
We do everything online, so when you lose the internet or you have any problems with electricity, it's just a total pain. So, yeah, you basically just need to stalk your landlord.
Our today is going to be a bit of a setback because we need to get online to get things done and email people and stuff.
Yeah. I'm too pregnant to care right now.
Time for plan B. They're going to have to put the legwork in, dropping flyers around town.
So for now, it's business card size and the little flyers, and then we'll add posters to that shortly. So there you go.
The Queen once called Bordeaux the very essence of elegance.
Juste les flyers. Merci.
Its graceful streets are home to a variety of trendy art shops and impressive theatres.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
We have some flyers for our drama workshop that we're just going to leave here.
Okay.
Perfect. One side is English and one side is French.
Okay.
Okay. Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Merci.
Au revoir.
There are only a few high-rise blocks in Bordeaux. It's part of the city's charm, but this means the streets are sprawling. And after just an hour, Steph is exhausted.
I'm quite pooped. Trying to organise stuff yourself when you haven't got internet, or when the weather's a bit kind of humid but wet, and no electricity. There's just a combo of things today which are a bit frustrating. Kind of got to get to grips with how immobile you become when you're pregnant.
But with the workshop in just 4 weeks and no confirmed students, this is not good news for Steph and Connor's new business.
It's great, but yeah, the bump's I'm getting a bit sick of it now, I have to say. I just feel like an Oompa Loompa, and yeah. And in France, everyone's so glamorous, and now I just want cake and ice cream and a bath. And yeah, that's about it for now.
That should keep you quiet for a while.
It's been 6 weeks since Ray and Yvonne Williams held their first big wedding bash at their exclusive hotel. And they've been thinking hard about their future in the wedding business.
We've got to feel comfortable that they understand it's our home, and not just a commercial wedding venue.
Ray and Yvonne think smaller weddings could be the way forward. So tomorrow they're hosting another celebration, only this time it's for 26 guests.
You're down for 2 things, one at 5 o'clock and one at 2.
This wedding was a last-minute booking over the internet, and Yvonne is doing all the catering herself.
Absolutely everything's down to me, so there's a huge responsibility. It's hard work, because there's a lot of planning goes into it. Because to be honest, whether you've got 28 or 128, the planning is the same.
In just a few hours, the wedding couple are arriving to see the hotel for the very first time. Yvonne is really feeling the pressure.
The Flamenco troupe are bringing a CD or a plug-in to dance to.
I don't know that. Okay.
Well, I only found out yesterday, but you need to buy a music set for the Alhambra today. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on a wedding. The important thing is that everybody knows what they've got to do, timetabling, clear directions, and that people follow those directions and not go off on their own little agenda.
The highlight of the wedding is a flamenco troupe who'll perform in the walled gardens. Ray's in charge. He's going to have to make a last-minute dash to the shops for a CD player. But that's not all that's on his list.
I need 13 ramekin dishes of equal size. I think they come in packets of 4.
How many?
13.
Oh, I'm going to make it 14.
Well, I need 13, so make sure...
If it's packets of 2.
Ray has just 2 hours to buy the items on Yvonne's list and get home ready to meet the bride and groom.
How am I supposed to get 14 ramekins on a Friday afternoon in the middle of nowhere? If I owned a ramekin shop, I'd put up a balloon there saying ramekin shops are here.
Meanwhile, there's no end to Yvonne's to-do list, but there's one thing she can't control.
Saturday at the moment is looking cloudy all day. Right the way through. I can't believe, beginning of September in Spain, it's always beautiful.
It's 2:30. In 10 minutes' time, the bride and groom-to-be will arrive. And Ray is back just in time.
Oh, they're not they won't work. That'd be glass. No, they won't work. They won't work at all. That'd be glass. They're for timbala rice.
But there's nothing.
Yes, they had them yesterday. Glass ones, round ones. They won't work. They won't work at all. It's probably heavy, is it? Well, they're not. I mean, I can't serve that size rice to somebody.
You said you'd strip the shop.
Right. Well, they're not going to work. How difficult is it to get ramekin dishes? I don't know.
But there's no time to worry now. The bride and groom have just arrived.
Well, you can either have the table there, so you're looking at the mountain and Ray's facing this way.
I wanted a boutique hotel somewhere in a little village that was whitewashed with a little white chapel. I saw the reviews for this place, which were fabulous. I looked at the pictures, and I don't think I looked at anything else then, did I?
No.
I saw the pictures, and that was it.
This is the first time Amy and Kerry have visited the hotel.
This is where you're walked, from here down here, OK? This is your aisle.
After a guided tour...
Somehow or another, we need to get somebody up there to take a photograph for you. That's the bedroom that you're not using.
What's the verdict?
It's exactly as I wanted it to be. It's quaint, it's out in the country, away from all the hustle and bustle. It's peaceful. I think we both loved the outside, don't we? We loved the views, the surroundings, but also I think the inside is really just exactly what we were looking for. Yeah, so we're looking forward to it.
Before the guests arrive, Yvonne needs to prepare a 3-course wedding breakfast. And Ray, well, he's going to be the master of ceremony.
As soon as Yvonne gave us the offer of Ray, I think I felt like I knew Yvonne anyway through all the emails that we've sent back and forth. So it was quite personal, but at the same time, it wasn't a family member doing it, so it almost felt that little bit more formal. So it worked out perfect for us.
As Kerry and Amy prepared for their wedding celebrations, they reflected on what it is that they love about each other.
The clock is ticking. Ray and Yvonne have a mountain of prep still to do. They'll soon find out if smaller weddings really are the answer to their life in the sun.
No man was ever shot by his wife while doing the dishes.
In Bordeaux, Steph and Connor are dreaming of a new life with a new family in a city that seems to have it all.
From May to September, the weather's really good, so every weekend everyone goes to the beach.
Yeah.
And that's what people do for the weekends, go to the beach. And then in the winter, everyone goes skiing.
The couple plan to open a new drama school, and now their first workshop is just a week away. But there's a setback. Pregnant Steph's under doctor's orders to rest up completely.
We've come across some health stumbling blocks which have kind of affected how much we could get done, and I'm a hippo. I just want everything organised already.
Terribly, Steph is a terribly impatient person.
I'm not. Just about this. I don't think I'm...
The impatience is magnified because she's pregnant and she's like, Get this baby out of
my
me!
God, if I sit on you, I'm going to break a rib. So I warn you to choose your words carefully. I'll throw something at you.
Steph's the only one who can speak French, so this puts them in an impossible position.
We're going to have to postpone next week.
Yeah.
It's about first impressions, and if we go ahead with next week, and I'm there on my own, and I don't have
my support,
Steph's support with the language and helping me with the workshop in terms of because it's a bilingual workshop, then it's going to leave a really bad impression. Steph's baby's coming early, mine's baby's delayed. I'm really not happy at all, but when you look at the reality of it, like Steph's not able to be there. There's just no way she's going to be able to be.
I want chocolate.
How would this benefit? How would I benefit from this workshop?
The workshops are on hold until after the baby arrives. But to make sure they have students to teach, they're making an internet advert.
Intro ×2 together.
For 2 actors, it should be simple.
Wouldn't it be better to start with something like, rather than going who we are, it's like, we are Drama Studio Bordeaux, and this is what we're doing, and then who we personally are.
You clearly seem to have to know what people watching will think, so we'll go with that. I don't agree, but I'm totally happy to go with it. This is why I write by myself while writing. It's a solitary process.
The collaborative process is fraught with disagreement and tension.
So annoying. This drives me crazy.
And once the camera's rolling...
Just kind of, when you take your time with who you are and your experience, I think the better.
Thanks. Hello, my name is Connor Irwin. I am the founder of...
Cut. Okay, stop for a second. So we're going to do it like a chat where...
Oh, okay. All right, we're chatting now.
Yeah.
You're directing me too much now.
Yeah, stop pressing the photograph button. Bonjour, je m'appelle Stéphanie.
Physical theatre and film.
Okay, maybe the way you're sitting is making you too chill.
Stop worrying about my mistakes.
It's not mistakes, I said foibles.
Don't patronise me either.
I'm not at all.
And again.
Perhaps a wardrobe change will make all the difference.
Is it better?
I have to do it like that. One more time, a cost-effective way to approach training.
And the exits are on the left, on the right, and the middle, over the wing, and that's
I'm trying to be...
It's very aerostessy.
I'm having a contraction, hold on a second. 3, 2, 1.
Say a sentence.
En français ou en anglais. Cut. Someone pass me a cornetto. Thanks.
Getting the ad uploaded quickly is vital to get the students signing up. But the relentless push to promote the workshop is taking its toll on Steph.
Stephanie's gone to sleep already.
The ad is ready to go live. But will Steph and Connor really be able to cope with a newborn and a new business? Or will their teaching aspirations have to take a back seat? It's September in the Spanish hills. Yvonne and Ray are preparing for a wedding. Already, emotions are running high.
I've spent hours doing a timetable, and I've got lunches to do, I've got food to prepare, and Ray keeps stealing people to go off and do other things. So it's just a little bit frustrating.
The last wedding was organised by a planner and caterers. Today, Ray and Yvonne are in charge. It means they will make more money, but with that comes higher stress levels.
You keep taking people away that I've got on my schedule to be helping me to do things.
I'm not taking
2 o'clock is when you set up the service with Juana. It's a lot to do before 3 o'clock, but 2 plates of canapes are ready. They just got to go into the deep fat fryer.
Yvonne's in charge of all the food for the day, including a lavish 3-course wedding breakfast.
These are all for after the ceremony, but I've got to obviously prepare as much as I can. And then while they're all off doing photographs and things, I can get the rest of the food ready.
So far, Yvonne's hospitality is going down well with bride Amy.
We've had lunch delivered to her, drinks delivered to her. This has been set up like a little salon, so we had a lovely breakfast this morning. So all gone perfectly well to this point.
But there's a very dark cloud hanging over proceedings.
We're worried about the weather, So, and we've got nowhere to move the whole. Well, we can move it inside, but you can't do it at the last minute. So you have to make a decision. It's looking like it's going to heave down just about when they have their dinner. Be prepared that we're going to have to turn it into a buffet type thing in the house. So that's the only thing we can do. At least it's not raining yet.
Ray's busy outside.
I'll lean on it like this, or do something to hold it in place.
He's running through his role as the master of ceremony.
We have all the wedding guests arrayed here. Somebody's on cue to play the music. So I've got to go get myself prepped now and start to look like a celebrant, or wherever it is, and reread the lines before I forget them.
It's 3 o'clock. The venue is set.
You can tell a man put the tablecloth on.
Well, no, the wind blew.
I wish I wasn't a perfectionist. I really do. I really, really do wish I wasn't a perfectionist. It drives me mad. I drive myself mad, let alone everybody else.
There's still the threat of a storm. But now the countdown is on for Ray's starring role.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They are late.
Ooh, maybe they've changed their minds. But soon, everyone's ready to take their places.
Hey, I like it. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thanks again for doing this. We really appreciate it.
And it's the bride's big moment.
Marriage, as most of us understand it, is a voluntary and full commitment. It is made in the deepest sense, to the exclusion of all others, and it is entered into with a desire and hope that it will last for life. May your love be a long source of excitement, contentment, affection, respect, and devotion to one another. You may seal this with a kiss.
Ah, good work, Ray.
I never thought I'd be doing such a thing as this. But it's nice to see when it comes together and everybody's smiling, and thank goodness the weather held off. It just came over well.
Yvonne and Ray now have to get dinner ready. But the Spanish storm is still lurking in the mountains. Could all their effort be about to go to waste? In Javier, after a frustrating first food service, Kelly and Steve Stallion have left Grandma Gail babysitting to take a well-earned break from the business.
Man, this is too much good stuff.
The couple are self-confessed foodies, so this town has totally won them over.
We do like, well, we used to go out like this quite a bit. You know, we like to go out and try food. We like the finer things.
We'd rather come here and swank out here, somewhere like here, rather than go out and smash it up at a nightclub, wouldn't you think?
Oh yeah, we don't go to the pub. We're not pub people. We're food and wine.
Yeah, definitely. So this is like coming here. Actually, it's amazing. Really excited now.
I know. I feel strange that I haven't got food being chucked at me from some direction where Millie's sitting.
Tonight reminds Steve and Kelly why they came here in the first place.
We have a selection of various cheeses and also the red prawn carpaccio, the Huvo and Camp Rose. Yeah, so 2 glasses of that. I'm actually loving it. I don't miss England at all.
But the Stallions still have a long way to go before they're dining out on their own success. "24 hours later, it's back to business at their own bar. But tonight, there's not a toasty in sight.
Are you wanting to eat? Yes, sure.
As well as their regulars, Steve has a booking of 6 and they've asked for something special.
That one's a nice big piece as well.
They want homemade fish and chips. It's not on the menu, but Steve's happy to oblige because these customers could become regulars.
They've got a house here and they come out sort of regularly all through the year.
In true Steve style, he's sourced top quality cod and is even making homemade batter.
Have they decided on what they want to start?
I'll go and find out now. Warm goat's cheese salad or Caesar salad with chicken. Do I see 4 goats?
Yep. 4 goats.
And 2 Caesars?
As more customers come in, the orders are starting to stack up.
Have you got this one, Stevie?
Having a jambalaya and a Spanish burger.
But now there's a big issue.
We're out of gas.
We haven't kept 2 on.
No, we only had enough money to still get 1, didn't we?
To cut costs, they only bought 1 gas canister, and now Steve is feeling the heat.
Oh my God, I'm gonna...
Let's, you know what? We'll do what we can. An oversight is what we call it in this business.
That's one word for it.
I've lost the oven, but this is our big order tonight anyway, so as long as I can get this out...
So I'm going to tell them the fish is looking good.
You can tell them something.
The fish should be okay, but he needs a plan for the burgers.
Oh, I might be able to do the burgers in the microwave under the grill.
Phew, finally, it's service.
The chips aren't cooked enough. They're gone. Disaster, man.
We'd like to apologise for the inconvenience and can we offer you a free drink? They got their food, so what was it a winter part? You know, I mean, Stevie did make it to the end.
Well, at least we've got the food out that's been ordered.
But what do the customers think?
And here we got some really high cuisine. That was really perfect.
Everything was freshly from the market. Really enjoyed it, yes.
He knows what he's doing.
Yes, oh yes.
So give him my compliments. Right?
Yes.
I had the Gecko burger tonight. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice.
So Gecko is now making a name for itself in Javia, despite a few teething problems.
You serve unless, you know, unless somebody's dead. That is the crack. That's what happens. You serve until you cannot serve anymore.
These are all learning curves for us. We're just like, you know, learning.
But even though the bar is on the way up, there's still a long way to go.
Might become the toasty queen. Go up to Gecko Bar, they do the best toasties.
Next time.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Sampling the Cape Verde way of life. But will this expat be put off making the move?
And I don't want to be falling out with people and then end up not being able to work.
Will the fairy tale Spanish wedding
Rapido.
be ruined by a storm?
We have got a few umbrellas out there, but other than that, they're going to get wet.
And can this French B&B
Like it's not bacon.
win over the final guests of the season?
And I sort of expect to be set up to fail.